Hi, my name is Zach Canner, and I am one of the founding members of East Coast Orphans. Well, let's see. I don't even know where to start. I am originally from Jacksonville, Florida. I was kind of raised in the theater. I went to college at Drew University in New Jersey.
What kind of theater did you do growing up?
It was all kinds. I was doing musicals, I was doing Greek tragedies, I was doing Shakespeare, and just everything I could. And then at a certain point in my last year of college, I went to Italy and I studied Commedia dell'arte and masks and basically being a clown and making fart sounds.
When did you move out to LA?
I've been out here for about 4 years now, and I met a lot of the East Coast Orphans. Actually, I auditioned for them. I auditioned for Ryan had a web series, and I auditioned for that. And then I got cast, and then I just didn't leave. Just kept hanging out with them. So I basically auditioned to be their friend.
So what is East Coast Orphans?
East Coast Orphans is this magical collective of like-minded filmmakers with their own distinct sensibilities that have all come together and just want to make good movies that we can all be proud of. They've been my best friends since I've been out here, and at a certain point, just realized like 6 months ago, we've got all these talented people in one spot. Let's just do stuff together. That's what we want to do anyway. We just want to hang out and make movies. Let's do that.
What would you say your role is in East Coast Orphans?
My role in East Coast Orphans, I hope, is changing day to day. At the outset, it was just like, here's what I can do. I'm an actor, and I will try writing. Now I'm an actor / writer because I have written things. I love learning about the other side of the camera. I love learning about scripts, supervising, how to operate the camera. So just hopefully that's my role, is as I learn more, being able to just be a role player wherever I'm needed. For Nightcap, I did a couple things. For Nightcap, I wrote it. I was the first AC, and I also edited it.
This was your first editing job?
That was my first editing job.
How was it?
It was awesome. Ryan Buckley, one of our members, sat me down and he was like, okay, here's the program. Here's how it works. Click, 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 click. Have fun. And then I just sat for like 3 hours playing with the new toy.
What was your role on Puppy Love?
I wrote Puppy Love. I also script supervised Puppy Love. The fact that I wrote it in some kind of demented fugue state, let's just excuse that and not press any charges.
What was your role on #Table Manners?
#Table Manners, I wrote, and then I acted in it too. I applied a generous amount of lipstick to a cell phone, and the rest I blacked out. I just blacked out. I filmed more scenes, but I blacked out. I don't know what happened.
Do you write based off your own experiences, or what's kind of been your experience with that?
I just like kind of sick, demented stuff, and I like parodying the kind of words and ways that we say things and do things in everyday life, that if an alien came down and looked at us do it, he would say, these people are so fucked up. I like to lampoon us all.
Do you feel like it's a comment on social media at all?
That's the lofty expectation of #Table Manners. In reality, it's just silly. I thought it was funny.
What was your role on Our Brother Justin?
That experience was a little bit different than other ECO stuff I've done before, mostly because Ryan, who wrote and directed it, and also was the cinematographer on it, he had the camera the whole time. He just decided to try some new stuff with the camera. So we had all of these long shots with him roaming around and then getting us from different angles. It was really, really fun because that was the kind of a thing where Ariel and I, or Blake and I, or the three of us would just rehearse these scenes at length, and it was like we're rehearsing a play, so that when Ryan shoots it, we just go through a really long scene, and it's like doing a scene of a play. It's really cool.
Tell me about Drunken Intervention.
I liked the chemistry of me and Lucas and Jackie on that. I thought it was a really good comic trio, the three of us there.
What's your favorite thing that you've acted in for ECO so far?
Yeah, I think Drunken Intervention is probably my favorite thing that I've acted in. It's just a fun role.
You do some impressions. What are some of the impressions that you do? Have you ever done any? Like you've done
Yeah,
Daniel Day-Lewis,
I
for example.
I do Daniel Day-Lewis.
If you have a milkshake, and I have a milkshake, and I have a straw, there it is, there's the straw. My straw reaches across the room and lands in your milkshake. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. I am the third revelation.
I pop in the peas.
I am the third revelation.
I can't remember any of his speeches from Gangs of New York, but there's this one. He's like, I want you to punt. Oh, that's Al Pacino. Al Pacino's one I do.
Oh, good. I haven't seen blinds this shaky since Ray Charles got Parkinson's. Pacino. Wow, Krispy Kreme donuts.
Then Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs of New York. I need you to kill whoever killed
This poor little rabbit.
That's pretty much him. By the way, I should mention that it was when I saw There Will Be Blood that I decided I need to make movies. When I saw There Will Be Blood, it was a combination of how Paul Thomas Anderson directs, how he leaves shots going so they can breathe, and they're these big, broad expanses of shots, and they're all so beautiful. That in conjunction with Daniel Day-Lewis, which that was the first time I'd really sat up and took notice of Daniel Day-Lewis. He's my biggest acting inspiration. Whenever I see him perform, it's always a new level of, oh, this is possible. This is what a human can do as an actor. Pretty cool. It's like seeing an Olympian. Here's one thing. You can't be inspired by anybody who's still playing, because then they'll get busted for pot or something and they'll let you down. So you have to wait till they're retired and they're old enough to not say anything stupid anymore. So, hopefully they have some kind of crippling affliction where they can't really talk. So my greatest fear is being skinned alive, but starting with the arm and then the leg, so I'm kept alive as long as possible, and then I pass out, but then I wake back up and I'm like, I'm still being skinned, and then I die. That's but my second greatest fear is regret. Dude, I wish I could dunk. I seriously wish I could dunk. I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness is my go-to karaoke song. Oh, yeah, I'd like to die trying to do my own stunt in a movie, and then they leave that take in. So he died in that take. That was where he died. You see how his neck is yeah, that's because he died.
What does East Coast Orphans mean to you?
To me, East Coast Orphans it means to me just a place where we can come together, unafraid to share our ideas, have them heard, and then just proceed with ourselves in charge, just making what we think is good work. It's just with that particular stew of people, it winds up being an aesthetic that is totally unique to this one group. That's why I think that we're valid as a filmmaking collective, is because we have a specific voice You know, we have a voice that's different from anybody else's, and sometimes it's weird, sometimes it's profound. That's what I love, you know. I think some of us have felt it's a place where you can sneeze and then be laughed at mercilessly because there's an interview happening.
What are some goals that you specifically want to achieve with East Coast Orphans?
I want to make a feature film. I want to be part of us making a feature. I want us to make a feature film. But the main goal that I have for myself and for all of us really is that this really becomes our work. I want this to become our career. A large chunk of my day is spent at my day job, and as appreciative as I am for that, yeah, it's not what I want to be doing. So,
What do you want to be doing?
we'd be doing this,
What's
living. Well, this is acting, this is filmmaking, primarily acting, which I am doing, but just bump it up to full time. I'm not gonna hide from the fact that it's like, yeah, man, being an actor, like that is why I'm standing on this earth, and until I get skinned from arm to leg and then pass out and then wake up again, realize I'm being skinned, and then die in a bloody pulp. That's why I'm here. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Who?
Al Pacino drinks water to stay hydrated.
What?
If you ask me, I would call him the mudblood of Wookiees. Ian's so ginger and quiet about putting things down, even though we're all staring at him.
Where do you see East Coast Orphans going?
On a trip to Big Bear.
In November, that's true.
Yeah, that's where I see the direction of the company heading. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's the internet, it's true now.
There you go.
Yeah, I can usually have a pretty good tenor. We cut this.
You have anything else you want to say?
New Pop Football rules!